What's good, YouTube? Welcome to day 10 of my 50K Topstep Express account. So, as you can see by this stinking profit and loss, we did not hit our fifth win for this account to get a payout. So, we're going to have to try again tomorrow. So, we lost only 240 though, not too bad. That's a very minimal loss. I'm gonna just go through my stats again, just so y'all can see where we at. 4 wins, what's it? 6 losses. We up 460 for the week, and on the account total, we are up 967. So we still doing good right now. If we can get a win Friday, that'll be perfect. Last day of the week, and then we can just go ahead and request a payout. I'm not sure if it'll come on the weekend if I do request it. I'm not sure if it's take about like 2 to 3 days, whether it's any day or business day. Probably business days since it's I'm gonna do the bank wire, so or ACH transfer, whatever it's called. I'm gonna do that, so it might come on the business day, so I might not be able to trade the following week if I can request a payout on Friday. So, anyways, I'm gonna go into the trade, and the reason that I lost this trade, so I added something new to my trading plan that I was back testing for a minute, and it's about news. So when I was a swing trader, I never worried about trading news. News actually helped me with my trading because I'm holding it for long term. And if my bias is correct, the news will like catapult my trade into the TP. So with scalping though, it's sometimes it helps me. Like sometimes I can enter a trade and then I can be out in a few seconds or minutes depending on when I enter from when the news hit. But more times than not, I see myself getting stopped out by news, specifically like the red folder news, because I use what are they called? I use Forex Factory, and so they got the red folder newses, and I filter it for U.S. news and then only red folders. And so today there was a result of getting stopped out by news. So I'm gonna just break down the trade and show y'all how I got stopped out and how my bias has been correct for the most part. It's just my execution, whether it was the time I executed or my mindset during the execution was off. So I'm gonna start off. What's this? This is my 6 o'clock. Okay, we'll start off on a 15-minute time frame. Drawing structure. So we just start here. That's what I was looking at overall. On the 15-minute structure, not too much. So I dropped down to the 5-minute time frame immediately, and I was looking for a retest of supply zones to come and test this demand area. I didn't want to take a trade off of this full area because it was huge, but I just knew that this whole area was a area of interest as far as a demand zone goes. So that's what I was looking for. We can delete that. So price was here. This is the 6 o'clock. This is when I came to the market. And then on the 5-minute time frame, I was looking for price to retest this zone, which it missed. And then I was looking, after it broke structure, I was looking for it to retest this zone. Right here, where it made equal lows with this bullish candle and then this huge candle that broke through, it made equal lows. And for me, I treat equal lows just the same as a breaker structure. So I was looking for this other bearish candle. It was bullish and it came up, barely missed my entry. And I could have profited, whatever, but we didn't get it. So I dragged this over and you can see that we did finally pull back into this zone. And so, looking in hindsight, one thing that I didn't pay attention to was this original 15-minute demand that I was talking about in the beginning. I see how I could have entered into this zone. I don't remember. I think I didn't want to enter because price was so bearish, and I didn't want to enter with a buy and then it go like only for like a 1-to-1 or like a 1.5, and then it end up dropping on me. So I didn't even look at that zone for really entries too much. I was just looking for it as a target. So we look at the 5 minute. I enter off a break of the candle. So I entered when after this candle broke this bullish candle. And then stop loss above the highs as usual, 1-to-2. We didn't get there, obviously. And then right here, the candle that stopped us out was at 7:30. And 7:30 was some unemployment news. It was a red folder, and it was I can't remember if it was positive or negative. I don't remember, but if it went up, I guess that means it's positive. But regardless, it stopped me out. And then you can see what happened directly after that. It like dropped. So I'm like, I'm tired of like this happening right here. So you probably could say like, oh, I could put my stop loss higher or whatever, or wait for this entry. But I don't really know if this is going to happen, how it happened. But one thing I do know is I can prevent myself from being in an active trade during news. And then after the news spike or whatever, whatever goes on with that, then I can either re-enter for my same position if it's still valid, or I can just, if I say I'm right here, say price close at this candle right here, and then 7:30 is the next candle. Once this candle close, I can just take my profit, or I can like put my stop loss at break even. And then if it stop me at break even or after I take profit, once the news finish doing what it's doing, then I can re-enter like here for a break of the candle. It's still valid. It never broke my supply zone. And then it did exactly what I wanted to do. Went for way more than a 1-to-2. It went for a 1-to-6-ish, a little bit more. So yeah, so that was something that I just added to my trading plan today regarding news. At first, I only didn't trade NFP. And because when I back tested NFP, it would stop me out every single time. So the other news events, red folder news events, sometimes they stopped me out, sometimes they didn't. So I just left them in there or whatever. So now I just redid my trading plan as far as the news section goes, and I just have to either exit a trade or go break even during the red folder news event. And so I would exit a trade in this instance because price didn't go that far into profit. So even if news just did a little tiny spike, it would have stopped me at break even. So I'd rather just take maybe $100 off right here and then look for a re-entry. But if my trade was deep in profit and then it was a news event coming, I would just put it at break even because it possibly could just, it could still stop me out, obviously, but it may just come close to break even, or it might even shoot me to take profit. So either way it go, I just want to free up the risk once news comes at 7:30 specifically. And so my entire trading plan, I separated from my trading strategy, and I just got two different sections: my trading plan and my trading strategy. My strategy is just the way I enter and the way I exit the market just regularly, and what I look for as far as price action. And my trading plan is my risk to rewards, my lot size that I use, or contract sizes for futures, and the pairs that I trade and the sessions that I trade. So Right now, I risk 10% per trade. So with this being a 50K account and only having 2K drawdown, I use it as if I'm risking on a $2,000 account instead of a $50,000 account. So I look at it as risking 10%. And then when it comes to my risk to reward is 1 to 2 as usual. That doesn't change. I take one trade a day, and the only way I would take more than one trade a day is if, like I was speaking with the news, if I take profit early because of news, or if I go break even, I do have the option to enter in another trade. And then I only trade between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. And then I only trade ES, which is S&P or SPX, or whatever you know it as. So yeah, that's all I want to talk to y'all about. And so hopefully tomorrow, day 11, if we find a trade, we can get the dub, so we can get the payout, so I can go ahead and show y'all that process, and I can finally feel what it's like to get a payout from a funded account. I never got a payout from a funded account at all. So hopefully we can go through that process together tomorrow, and I'll see y'all then. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment if you have any questions, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.